Hello YouTube and welcome to Full Dottle, a channel dedicated to tamping topics such as pipes, tobacco, lore, and more. I am your host, the Bearded Briarman, and without further ado, let's get lit. Welcome back everyone, and on this episode of Full Dottle, I'm going to be giving my first impression of Cornell Diehl's Yorktown. Really looking forward to this one. It's got a lot of red Virginias in it, stoved and unstoved, so let's get started. First, let's read what Tobacco Reviews says. Cornell Diehl Yorktown. For Yorktown, the folks at Cornell Diehl combine stoved red Virginia with bright Virginia and restove it. Straight red Virginia is then added to this remarkable base for sweetness, the acme of mixtures for the Virginia purist. It is a straight Virginia. The strength is mild to medium. There is no flavoring detected. The taste is mild to medium, and it has a pleasant to tolerable or tolerable room note. Let's crack this open and see what the tin note is all about. You can see it's a coarse cut ribbon. Chock full, look at that. I get a lot of bready notes from it and a little bit in my mustache. You can smell just a little bit of the tartness from the red Virginias. Overall, I get a lot of that woody, nutty, grassy, bready type aroma from this as the tin note. All right, let me load up my pipe. We'll get lit and I'll give you my first impressions of it. Stick around, everyone. All right, everyone, I've got the pipe loaded up. As always, I am doing this first impression from my AKB Meerschaum. This is a Tekken. It is a tomato-shaped lattice finish. Let's get lit. Okay. This blend is a pretty straightforward Virginia. Now, it's not a bright Virginia, it's not a red Virginia. It's a combination of a lot of things. The biggest characteristic that I get from this is going to be the deeper earthiness from the stoved Virginias, both the red and the bright. I've recently learned by doing a whole bunch of home stoving experiments, when you stove these tobaccos, it really brings out a deeper, earthy type flavor with them. And that's what I'm getting from this. I'm getting a lot of the earth and the charred wood type flavors from it. There are just hints of a grass and nuttiness from this. For me, I'm not catching a lot of the red Virginias. You catch a little bit of that sweetness from the Red Virginias, that pastry-like sweetness. It's very faint, but it is there. For the most part, I'm getting a lot of earth tones, some toasted wheat bread, some charred wood, a little sweetness in there, the pastry sweetness from the Red Virginias. And a very faint offering of the hay and grass qualities from the bright Virginias. Let me smoke this down to halfway, and I'll get back with you to give you my final thoughts on it. Stick around, everyone. All right, everybody. I smoked it down to the halfway point. I gave it 10 minutes to rest. Let's light back up and see what we find. It's increased just a little bit in sweetness. Other than that, I'm not finding a big change. Ultimately, this blend offers a lot of earth and wood and nutty type flavors. Just a little bit of that tartness from the Red Virginias start to come through. Very, very delicate. And you get that sweetness from the Red Virginias, that rye berry type tartness. It's just underlining everything. It's not real noticeable, but it's just there in the background. Your main players in this are going to be your stoved Virginias, and that gives them that really darker, earthy type flavors, that charred wood type flavor, and you're just catching little whispers of the grass and hay from the brights that aren't stoved, and then just a little bit of the sweetness from the Red Virginias that aren't stoved. But not much. Really, to me, if you don't like that very sharp, aggressive aftertaste that the Burleys give you, that very robust and just pungent flavor profile that the Burleys give you, but you enjoy that dry, nutty type, woody type flavor characteristic, this actually might be something that would interest you. To me, it's almost as if you gave or took a little bit of that sharpness away from the Burley, but still left the dry, woody, nutty type smoke with it. I mean, it's kind of a boring smoke. A little one-dimensional, but it's offering a decent nutty and woody type character to it. So in 1 week, we'll see how it grades, and we'll take it from there. So that's going to do it for this episode of Full Dottle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And until the next time we see each other, I bid you farewell and happy piping. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to enlist in the Full Dottle platoon. It's easy. Just click the subscribe button. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload the next episode.